Hi guys, it's your favorite nurse educator, NP Clark, and I'm back with another cup of the morning coffee. In today's cup, guys, I'm actually going to talk about sleep, right? So, of course, I'm getting ready to go to sleep. It's been a long day, lots of great information, lots of things going on today. But I wanted to talk about sleep because what I'm seeing more and more, and especially with it being darker outside now, daylight savings time, and going into the winter months, especially here in Chicago and in the Midwest, we know that a lot of people are going to start suffering, if you're not already suffering, from low vitamin D. So I suggest that everyone who is not allergic or has any other indication that you cannot have vitamin D, start taking some vitamin D now to help you with that level being decreased. Why? Because vitamin D deficiency can lead to depression. And we already know that we're going to be in the dark the next couple of months, cold weather, wet, all of those things that make us want to stay inside anyway and basically make us depressed. So let's avoid that. Now, back to sleep. Like I said, even with vitamin D deficiency, it can cause some insomnia or issues sleeping. So we need to have a healthy sleep hygiene, guys. And in order to do that, you need to ask yourself a few questions. There's actually a lot of questions that you can ask, but some of the things that you need to find out and basically inquire with yourself because you are the one who would know that. One, what is the cause of the reason why you are not sleeping? Is it maybe a sleep apnea and you've already been diagnosed with that? Do you have other comorbidities, diabetes, hypertension, heart failure, maybe overactive bladder, and things like that that may cause you to not get enough sleep? Are you workaholic? Do you work out a lot? Do you intake a lot of caffeine? Do you do drugs or a lot of alcohol? Those things can also interrupt your sleep patterns and make you have a poor sleep hygiene. So the goal here is to focus on what is causing it. Maybe you are a night owl, but your job requires you to get up early in the morning. If this is you guys, then you need to start a habit. So every night needs to be a habit. Just like you get up in the morning, what's the first thing that you do? You may be a person that the first thing you do is turn on the shower and get in the shower. Maybe you brush your teeth first. Maybe you pray first. Maybe you go make coffee first. But just like that habit, we need to have a habit for going to sleep. We need to start eliminating factors at nighttime that will help us to get to sleep and to reach that REM, right? The REM cycle, that's what we need to feel rested and to get our full cycle of sleep. So turn off those TVs, guys, social media, cell phones, all of those blue light devices. We want to get rid of those at least 2 hours before you're trying to go to sleep. It helps to kind of bring down the adrenaline and all of those neurons, I guess, that are firing because we're so excited about seeing those little likes or the little hearts, I guess, on Instagram and tweets on Twitter and TikToks and all of those things. So we've got to kind of start disconnecting, guys, a couple of hours before that, right? Now, some of us love reading a good book, and that actually helps soothe you, and then you're able to go to sleep. So if that is you, great. But if you are not a person who can turn your brain off after you're either receiving new information or just reading something that maybe you're a little bit too enthralled with, obviously we want to start a couple of hours before. Yes, it takes a couple of hours for the body to start coming back to homeostasis and relaxing and just kind of getting into the mode of everything's going to start shutting down now, right? Also, I'd like to say, for me, I like to have a cup of tea. Now, this is tea today, but this is the morning coffee. But I love having tea, chamomile. Sometimes I do lavender, something lemongrass, teas like that, or sleepy time tea. It just depends. And then I go into there's a little area downtown that I go into, and they actually can make custom teas. And just tell them if you have any allergies or any comorbidities, anything like that, and they can actually help you to customize a tea. Leave comments and I can give you that information as well, because you know sharing is caring. So having teas, warm milk, some people like, hot shower, a nice hot bath, foot rub, back rub, whatever it takes to help you to relax. However, not having that healthy hygiene can cause, weight gain, right? It can cause bad skin, acne, other imperfections and blemishes. And yes, I know I still have my lipstick and stuff on, but don't worry, it won't be on after I wrap this video up. Also, even as far as if you've worked out maybe during the day and you are kind of stiff but still wound up, a little bit of stretching and things like that. And again, as I know I just said, hot shower, hot bath, things like that. Maybe some meditation, some soft, soothing music, just whatever you can think of. But what the key here is routine. No matter, it's 7 days a week, you need to have a routine. And of course, we understand you want to go to bed a little later on the weekend, but until you really get a routine set, guys, you really need to start working on that. And I know I was kind of listing off some things that can happen from, not getting ample sleep, but, and that was like a short list. However, chronic fatigue, fatigue syndrome, it could even, if you have high blood pressure, diabetes, kidney issues, lack of sleep can even affect those things. So it's very important for us to work on getting adequate amount of sleep. I'm not sure about you guys, but for me, I have a career that requires me to think. I'm in charge of people's lives, and no matter what you think a nurse practitioner does, that's what I'm doing, right? So on a daily basis, at the drop of a hat, sometimes it's, do this or do that, and it could be between life and death, just that decision that I make. So, of course, I have to try to get as much sleep as I can. And I actually looked up, there's actually several organizations out there, but there's actually a Sleep Foundation. And they state that adults need to have, and they classify an adult as anyone over 18, should have 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. And that teens and children below 18 actually need more sleep than that. So I can't tell you the last time I slept 7 hours, and, but it's definitely something to consider. And maybe you don't have 7 hours of sleep or 9 hours, but when you do, if you wake up in the morning and you're still feeling tired, that five more minutes, you want to hit snooze on our alarm clock back in the day when we had one, or now it's probably your phone or Alexa or it's Siri, whoever. So we want to make sure, guys, that we are working on sleep hygiene, right? So that is going to be our morning coffee for today. Yes, a new cup. I got a couple new cups today. So thank you. So that's going to be our morning coffee. And I'll see you next time. This is MP Clark. Thank you.